Hey everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. Thanks for tuning in to the final session number 5 of Fundamentals of Theory 4. A lot of this stuff is probably going to be review information. I think there might be a couple of new items in here, but at this point in the packet, they like to do some review to prepare you for that test. That should be coming up to see if you can make it to the exclusive club of Theory 5. Reminder for how those work, I usually do this at the end, but I'll do it at the beginning. In order to get to the next theory level, you must score a 90% or higher. That automatically puts you into that theory level. If you score between an 80 and an 89%, I give you the option of whether you want to continue into Theory 5 or if you want to repeat Theory 4 because you want to review some concepts before you get into that really super advanced stuff. That is totally fine. You have the option of which one you want to go to. We haven't had too many people get into this particular theory level before, so I'm going to totally leave it up to you. But if you understand 80% of the material, you'll probably be okay for Theory 5. But again, I'm totally leaving that up to you. If you score a 79% or lower, that means that you still don't know a good chunk of the theory. So you do need to make sure to review this stuff before you can actually get into the Theory 5 level. You will have to take this level again. But again, don't feel bad about that. You're already in Theory 4. That is truly amazing. And you just need to review some concepts before you move on. Otherwise, you will be confused when we get into that Theory 5 business. Okay? All right. Let's rock and roll. We're in Theory 4, page 24. Finishing this up today. We got about 5 more pages. Here we go. Okay. Most of the time when you write the primary triads in a particular key, you will note, you will now write all 3 of them in root position. You will usually see them written in the same manner as chord progressions. One will be in root position, one will be in first inversion, one will be in second inversion. Look at the following example and then write 3 primary triads in the following keys according to this example. Pay attention to the figured bass, which will remind you what position the triad will be in. All right, so here's our example. Here's a C triad. This is a Roman numeral 4 is F, and it's in second inversion, right? Because the 5th of this chord is in the bass. And the G7, this is a G first inversion 7th chord. So this G would be the oddball. I'll move it down to here. It'd be space, space. The 5th is omitted, and this last space for the 7th chord. And again, how do we get that? The relationship from the bass tone is up a 5th and up a 6th. Relationship from the bass tone, up a 4th, up a 6th. That's again how the figured bass works in case you forgot that from the previous weeks. Okay, here we go. B minor. Because this is going up, I'm going to do ledger lines because I don't want to drop in the stratosphere. Regular old B minor. I need to do Roman numeral 4, so that's B, C sharp, D, E. So it's an E chord, right? In second inversion, so here's what it would normally be. Second inversion means the bass is going to be a B. If you need to write it that way, by all means. Oh, you know what? I think I'm actually going to do this in the staff because it looks like it pretty much stays in there. For just a moment. There we go. All right, so common tone is there. There's my B. And again, I need an E and a G in there. So there's those tones. All right. And now to get this to a 5-6-5. So a 5 chord in B minor is F sharp. Okay. A, C sharp, which again we are going to omit. And again, I need to check and see if well, it's saying also I need to raise the 3rd, excuse me. Okay, and now I need to check and see if that is a minor 7th, so F sharp to G. Hopefully you can do this in your head, but there's my F sharp. But I don't know why I said G, I'm sorry. E, there we go. That's the 7th of a F sharp chord. Okay, so now I'm going to check this again. Now I've got my right notes here. Hello. F sharp. F sharp. It needs to be That's 1, that's 2. For a minor seventh, it's regular E natural. If it was E sharp, it would be a major seventh, but again, I need a minor seventh, so that E is just going to stay like that. I'm good to go. Okay, so no C sharp. I need an F sharp, A sharp, and E. And again, in this particular version, 6/5, meaning that it is in first inversion 7th chord, so that A sharp is going to be in the bass. Okay. I also need a 5th above that because again, it's a 6/5 chord, and there's my F sharp. Get all this out of the way, and there's my chord. Okay. So lots of kind of figuring stuff out in your head, you know, working it out on the theory, on the piano layout. Do what you need to do to get that right answer. Let me know if you have questions. All right, write the counts and then add the natural accents. All right, I did a bunch of them on that previous example for this. So just remember that primary accents, if it's above 4 for the top number, you're probably going to have a primary accent on the first note and a secondary accent on the midway point. So for example, if it was in, I'm not going to use this because I don't want to give you the answer. If it was in 4/8, you would have an accent on the first beat and the third beat, this third beat being the secondary accent. Now you can apply that to 6/8. Obviously, it'll be on the first one. You got to figure out where the secondary accent's going to be. In 6/8, let me do some counting for this. This is worth 1.5 beats, so that's going to take up counts 1 and 2. 16 notes on the and, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this should be review. I'm going to let you do the rest of this stuff. Again, you should know how to do this by now. Remember that it cannot be above 6 counts. If you somehow magic a 7 in there, you did it wrong. If you can't get all the way up to 6, it's wrong. You have to account for all 6 counts for it to be right. Okay? All right, moving on. In the following major keys, write root position chords built on the given scale degree. Write the correct Roman numeral under each chord. Remember, size denotes quality of the chord. Only the dominant 7th chord should have 4 notes. First one is done for you. Okay, so in the key of C major, it has asked me to write a dominant 7th chord. The dominant is the 5th degree of C major, so that's why it's on a G. I need to make sure that that F is a minor 7th away from that G. When you do the work on the piano, you'll discover that actually is a minor 7th. So that is what they drew there for that. Okay. Subdominant of C major is F. There is not a 7 here, so I don't have to draw a 7th. I'm literally just drawing an F triad. Okay. And this is going to be, so I have to tell whether it's major or minor. If you kind of know the sequence, you'll know whether it's major or minor, but let's check anyway. So F, A, C. Ooh, actually, I'm sorry. I did this incorrect. I was thinking that was in C major. My apologies. I have to look at the key signature to tell me what it's in. So this is actually an F major, right? So now, whoops. I don't think you have to write this because it didn't give you a blank for it. Okay, but now that it is in F major according to this key signature, now I need to find the subdominant of F major. The subdominant of F major is the 4th degree, so F, G, A, B flat. So now I'm going to build this on B flat. And again, there is no 7th there, so this is that. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to go check B flat, D, F, B flat, D, F. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's either major or augmented. 1, 2, 3. 4 and 3 is major. So this is just a regular old Roman numeral 4. Okay, one more. The supertonic and whatever key signature this is in. This is in A major. I'm just going to write this up here so I can remember it. Okay. In A major, the supertonic is B. Again, there is no 7th here, right? Looks like the only 7th is this one down here. So they're only going to be doing triads for the most part. Okay. Supertonic in A is a B chord. Okay, so I've built my B chord. Now we need to check it. This is B, D, F sharp. B, D, F sharp. 1, 2, 3. So it's either minor or diminished. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 and 4 is regular old minor. So this is going to be, and again, I'm going to make it lowercase because it's a minor chord, right? And again, the supertonic is the second scale degree. That's how I figured this out. Lots of putting together of information here to get these answers. I apologize for the flub. I thought it was C major for the whole thing until I saw that key signature. So again, yeah, you have to analyze the key signature first, then apply what this is, and then that will apply. This is a leading tone is going to be a 7 of some sort. So now you're just figuring out whether it is major, minor, augmented, diminished from that. So lots of information, okay? Let me know if you have questions. It's advanced. An inverted seventh chord has a specific figured bass as stated in frame 36. Root position is just the number 7. First inversion is 6-5. Second inversion is 4-3. Third inversion is 4-2. The following progression can help you remember this. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, parentheses 4, and 2. So it looks like that's the order, right? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and then it implies 2, 1. So it's kind of like a countdown, but between 3 and 2, you add another 4, if that helps. Okay. Write the following seventh chord in its correct inversion, all 4 notes, according to the figured bass in each of the following major keys. Remember, your 7th should be 3 half steps from your 5th. The first one is done for you. So it always has to be a minor 7th. We always have to do that extra step. Sorry. Okay, 6-5 means that's in first inversion. So I need a 5-6-5 of this key signature. This is in G major. The 5 of G major is D. It is a 7th chord, so I do need to draw that extra, looks like line in this case. Oh, what am I doing? I'm sorry, it needs to be inverted. But that's the chord we're going to do as a D one, right? So yeah, I had that up there. So I just, if it's in first inversion, the root of that moves up. So my bass tone is actually going to be F sharp. So because that's there, it's going to go up a little bit higher. Now I'm going to draw this. There we go. And there we go. That is a 5-6-5 in G major. So it's a D major chord. Oh, and I need to check my 5th or my 7th too, right? I need to make sure that that is in a major 7th between that D and that C for both clefs. So let's check that out. Here's my D, here's my D. Major 7th, minor 7th. C natural is what I want. Is it C natural? Yes. Okay, so I'm good to go. All right. 2 sharps. Actually, let me do this one in flats, because I've already done one for sharps. Let's do this one. This is in B flat major. Again, you don't need to draw this up here, but it's kind of helpful so you remember what your key is. I need to do a 1 chord in B flat, so it's going to be a B flat chord. 4-3 means that it is in, whoops, second inversion, right? So I need a second inversion, B flat major 7th chord. So second inversion means that the 5th of that chord is going to be in the bass, so that's going to be F. We'll come back to that A in a second to determine if that needs a flat sign or not, but that is what your 4-3 chord looks like for that. There we go, and now I need to check B flat to A. So again, I could do it here, but I'm going to just assume that you know how to do the octave thing. So here's B flat. A would be a major, A flat is the minor 7th. So I need to make that A flat for that to be a minor 7th. So again, I'm just going to come back over here and add that flat. Okay, that's how you do that. I'll let you guys practice the rest. for that. Let me know if you have questions. Again, this is pretty advanced. It's asking you to really think a lot about, in this key signature, what's this chord? If it's inverted this way, like there's just a lot of components to this. So please let me know if you have questions, okay? All right. Remember that figured bass symbols are Roman numerals under the staff, which tell you what chord in the key to write. The size of the Roman numeral, capital or lowercase, tells you if the triad is major or minor. The numbers to the side tell you what inversion to write. These numbers indicate the interval written above the bass note, not the root note, the bass note. Tell what the following figured bass means. Make sure you write the notes in the correct inversion order when appropriate. Okay, so in the key of D major, looks like we have a couple different options here, so I'll do the first couple. In the key of D major, notes including accidentals in order. So I need to figure out a 3-6. 6 means that it's in first inversion, and I need to do it in the right order. So in D, okay, I'm just going to write this out real quick so we can kind of reference to this. This might be helpful for you to do it. If you can do it in your head, good for you. And I'm just doing this because I don't know if you can do this in your head or not. So again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's our octave, right? So for the 3 chord of D major is F sharp. It is telling me to do it in first inversion. So normally it's going to be F sharp, A, C. But if I'm inverting it, that means that's going to go there. So I'm going to go A, C sharp, F sharp at the top. That's how I figure it out. Okay, so A, C sharp, F sharp. Is that chord major, minor, augmented, major, minor, diminished, augmented, or a 7th chord? So let's look at this. It can't be a 7th chord because there's not 4 notes in it, right? Because it's lowercase, that implies that it's minor, which means that it cannot be major and it cannot be augmented, right? So my question is whether it's minor or diminished. Okay, we can figure this out by, again, it's an F sharp, a first inversion F sharp minor chord, but we don't know if it's diminished or not. So let's go and figure it out back on our piano. F sharp, A, C sharp. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's minor. Okay, so minor for that. And position, root, first, second, or third. So we just figured out that that is in first inversion, right? Because of this little 6 right here. That's what helps you determine that. Okay, so that's one line that I have just determined for key of D major. This is the the mediant in first inversion. Okay, so what I need to see, oops, don't want to erase that, is that much of it. If you need to do your work separately, that's totally fine, but just make sure that I can see this very clearly, the stuff that's in these blanks. Make sure that you're not like writing over it, because obviously I can't see that now. Make sure it's very clear so I can grade this when you submit it, okay? All right, let's do one more. Again, in the key of D major. Oops. I'm going to keep that chart up there because that's really handy. Okay, so this is a 6-4-6 in D major. So this implies by this figured bass that this is in second inversion. It's going to be either minor or diminished because of this, right? If it was an uppercase like this one right here, that'll be major or augmented. But again, those are my options, so I'll just erase whichever one I don't use. And now we come back to here. What are the notes? So the 6th is B. The sequence is going to be B, D, and again, F sharp is if you continue the sequence, right? B, C, D, E, F. It'd be F sharp. Okay, so B, D, F sharp. It is in second inversion, which means that the fifth of the chord is now the bass tone. So here's my order: F sharp, then B, then D. So now I just got to figure out, now that I know that's B, D, F sharp, I can go back and figure this out. B, D, F sharp. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 and 4, that is a minor chord. Okay, so I'm just going to come back here and delete that. That's how you figure out the answers for this. Okay. Again, all I need to see is the stuff on these lines. It is very intense to figure these out. So good luck with this. Take the time that you need. Please let me know if you have questions. Okay. When it's augmented, I mean, it's sometimes it's kind of giving you the answer for this stuff. Like I'm looking at this right here, but just let me know if you have questions on it. Okay. All right. Name the following triads in the top blank, tonic or mediant, and place the correct Roman numeral and correct size in the bottom blank of this major scale and harmonic minor scale. Okay, so this looks like it's the major, and this is harmonic minor, I guess. Yeah, because that's in C. Okay, so name the following triads in the top blank. So this is whether you're, this is your order: tonic, supertonic, mediant, subdominant, dominant, submediant, leading tone, and tonic again. So all those terms, you're going to place them in here depending on what it is. And you're going to do the Roman numeral. You'll analyze GBD, go to your piano, is it major, minor, augmented, diminished, and then put that down here, okay, based on its Roman numeral. So this is going to be Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 2, Roman numeral 3, etc., and making sure it's either an upper or lower case. Okay, so this will either be, this or, something like this all the way throughout here. Now, it will be in order. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but you have to determine by the size, uppercase or lowercase Roman numerals, whether it's major or minor. So again, it's asking you to do a lot here because there's not very many examples, and I don't want to take this away from you. You guys get to do this one on your own. Please let me know if you have questions. Hopefully my explanation, you know what you need to do with it, but if you don't know, just message me, I'll help you out. Okay. Remember that cadences are chord progressions. The most common cadences are the plagal, 4-1, and the authentic, 5-1, because those are the last two chords in the progression. In writing these cadences, there are a few things to keep in mind. Identify the key, check what position your tonic triad should be in, name the notes of the tonic triad, invert them if necessary, name the notes in the next triad, keep the common note in both triads in the same location that it is in the tonic triad, move the other two notes up or down a step. Follow those procedures in the following cadences. Okay, what is the key here? Looks like this gives you a bunch of examples here. So this one looks like it's major, this one's minor, because again, the first one is a lowercase, this one's major. In this case, it's uppercase. I go to this, half step above D sharp is E major. So I'm just going to put that there so I can reference to that. Check what position your tonic triad should be in. Okay, so this is a 1-6-4. That means that it is in second inversion, which means that the fifth of the chord should be the bass tone. So in this case, it's going to be, let's see, what is this? E, G sharp, B. So B is going to be in the bass, just like that. Okay. There's my position. Name the notes of the tonic triad, invert them if necessary. So again, B, E, G sharp. Name the notes in the next triad. Okay, so this is 4-6. I should probably put this as E major. So the 4 chord in a E major is E, F sharp, G sharp, A. So this is A. It's uppercase, so it's major. This is in first inversion, so that means the C sharp is in the bass. Okay, and I need to do the common notes in E, and then again, I'm going to move this up to an A. So again, C sharp, this is in first inversion because this A could come down to here, right? Now I'm good there. Keep the common note in both triads the same in the same location that it is in the tonic, so I just did that. Move the other two notes up or down a step, which I did. This one went up a step, this one went up a step, this one stayed the same. Okay, and now I just continue the same exact sequence that I did before. So this chord is the same as this. So I'm just going to copy this chord straight on over. Looks like this is also in the same. So now we're just, it's taking out information and we're kind of figuring it out as we go, right? Whoops. How did I get D in the E space? That's weird. Okay, finally got my B natural drawn. All right, so now I have a 5 chord. There is no inversion for this. This is just going to be regular root position. So E, G, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B. So I know this is going to be B major. No 7th chord, so I'm just going to literally write this. This has to be the bass tone, so B is my common one. Move it down a step, move it down a step. Again, G goes to F sharp, E goes to D. Now it's in root position. I am done. Okay? That is how I figured that information out. Before it was giving you information, now it's subtracting some stuff out and making you figure it out. So really good practice. Okay, so I'm going to let you do these ones. Some things to look out. It says, what do you have to do to make this major? So this, again, this is minor. If it's a 5 chord, remember the third above, you know, the root of this chord needs to be raised because it's in minor, because it's telling you to make it major. So don't forget to do that. In this 5-6-5, leave which note out? That is the 5th note. So, you know, if it's root, 3rd, 5th, 7th, just take out whatever the 5th note is to get that actual 6-5 relationship. Okay, good luck on that. All right, looks like we're on the last page. Hooray! You have learned that there are several kinds of chord quality: major, minor, diminished, augmented, and 7th chords. Fill in the blanks for these, for the amount of half steps for each of them. Okay, so I've already said this multiple times, so I'm going to let y'all do this one. You should know it by now. Using the above information, construct root position chords built on the given root name and make them the correct quality. Only the 7th chords will have 4 notes. Okay, so looks like we're just building stuff here. They're all in root position. Okay, so D minor, again, it's going to be space, space, space. Is it minor? I'll go to my piano layout and figure it out. I know that that's D minor. All right, let's do B minor now, or B major, excuse me. Here we go. B major. I know that this needs to be like this, but again, you can check your piano, and again, you're just starting on the B. Again, determining what information is here. How many half steps do I need to make this a major 3rd? How many half steps do I need to make this a perfect 5th? Or, you know, however many half steps here to make it major. So again, you're going to use this information to figure that out. I don't want to tell it to you because I want you to get the practice on it. Okay? Good luck. And remember, when you see a 7th, there should be 4 tones in there total. There's no inversion, so it's literally just, you know, the four parts. All right, almost done. A double sharp raises the note. How many steps? A double flat lowers the note. How many half steps? You should be able to fill those in. Write the note. Write the note that is the actual pitch of these notes. Okay. So it's telling me to say what is the actual pitch. As I mentioned before, this B double flat, it says that this is an A. So B double flat. So here's my B, there's B flat, there's B double flat. So we're just writing what the actual tone is on the key here, which it does here. So here's B double sharp. Let's do that one. So B double sharp, here's B sharp, here's B double sharp. So I'm going to list that as a C sharp. Okay. All right, so I have to write this here, and I have to write this, the actual pitch here. Okay, so you're going to do that with all the rest. Should be pretty straightforward. Most of these are going to be just, you don't have to add a sharp. This one just happens to be it because it happens to be a B. Okay. All right, last part, write the counts and natural accents for the following. So again, this is just more practice on how to do it. I don't want to do any of these for you because you should know how to do this by now. Write in the counts. Don't forget the natural accents, both primary and secondary. see if they have pickups. You should know how to do that. This should all be review. All right, everybody. This is finally the end of Fundamentals of Theory 4, Session 5. As always, if you have questions, please message me, email me, send me a call if it's within school hours. I am here to help you. If you don't understand this stuff better. Best of luck on the test. I would recommend when you get to this moment, we usually finish the theory packets around week 5 or week 6. So I do recommend that you go through your entire packet, just get it fresh in your mind right before the test. If you don't look at it for 3 or 4 weeks, you're going to lose some of this information. So please make sure that you review this information right before the test, okay? All right, everybody, have a good rest of the day. Best of luck. Please ask if you have questions. I'm here to assist you. Have a good rest of your day. Bye. And I'll see you in Theory 5.